is JJ Solomon.
This Corey Bradshaw, Mr. RTBA, Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. And this is the Spit Bucket Podcast.
It's your boy, Mr. RTBA, Mr. 214, Senor Dos Uno Cuatro, Senor Dos Catorce, Mr. Undeniable, Mr. D Boys Can't Touch Me.
Tell him.
On my worst day, right here with my partner in crime, my dog, my brother from another, Mr. JJ Solomon. What's popping, my guy?
How are you, dog? This is a nice midday episode of the Spit Bucket Podcast, bro.
I think this is our first ever midday show we ever did in life.
I think so too, bro. It feels weird with the sunlight out and everything, work and all that stuff. But
yeah, but what's so great about this mid show is the guests we have on today.
Tell them about our guest.
Long time contender. Dude just came off an extraordinary victory. Not saying that it put his hat back in the hand because he was always there. But this victory he just got against Tony Yuko solidified he was still here. I need everybody
Hello.
from the 214 to across the pond to give our guest, Carlos Takam, a big old hand clap for that.
Carlos Takam, how are you, sir?
I'm good. Thank you to invite me, man. Thank you.
Looking super fly with the super fly hat, dude. Looking
Exactly.
like Pharrell Williams in there, dog. How you doing today, sir?
No, today I'm doing good. I'm doing good today. Thank you.
That's good, Carlos, man. I really appreciate, we really appreciate you, the Spit Bucket Podcast,
You're welcome.
for coming on here because as me covering boxing and JJ covering boxing and loving the sport of boxing, as long as we have been covering it, your name has been circulating for years as a top heavyweight contender. But before we get into that, Carlos, you had a big break early in your career when you won when you went to the 2003 All African Games and won the bronze medal. Can you tell me about that?
Oh, that's a long time ago.
20 years, bro. 20 years.
Wow. Oh, I don't know if I remember that. What was that? Nigeria, something like that. I don't know if it was in Nigeria or it's Morocco. Yes, that was my first selection in Cameroon Team Olympic boxing. Yes, it was my first selection. And then it was my first time to go out in my country.
Yeah, because that was in 2003. In 2004, you went to the Summer Olympics and qualified, winning the first ABA tournament in Morocco. I know that was huge for you.
Yes. Yeah, you know, I started boxing like a joking, because I started boxing around 2002. Yes, 2002 I started boxing. It was so quick for me because I started boxing in 2002 and 2004 I was in Olympic game in Athena.
Wow,
so, I was in Olympic game for Athena. And then 8 months when I started boxing, after 8 months I was Africa champion heavyweight.
Wow.
After 8 months.
That's crazy. So you started in your early 20s, right? You started boxing.
Yes, I was 22.
Yeah, and a lot of people would say that's late to start boxing, but you've obviously you have a solidified career, and there's no doubt about it. And you can even talk about your current accolades. But tell me a little bit about how, because you're a Frenchman with the roots from Cameroon, you have your African heritage, and you represented your hometown in the Olympics. But how did you end up in Paris?
Oh, after the Olympic game, I went to Belgium to stay with my cousin. He was a football player, professional. So I went there I stayed with him around like 1 year after. And he told me, Carlos, here in Belgium, they don't have a the good box, and you cannot make your career here in Belgium. You need to go somewhere like the UK or France or whatever. I don't know. So one of my friends connected me with a promoter in France, and that guy take me in France. The promoter, I signed with the promoter. That was my first professional contract. I signed with that promoter for like 3 years. So he take me in Paris. So after that, the French government give me the French citizen.
Okay, now look, it's such a great honor when you know about a guy, because I've been knowing about you for years, Carlos Takam. You've been on the scene, me and JJ.
How you didn't know about me, man? Come on.
No. We've been knowing about you for years.
Okay.
You've been on the scene, but when you finally get a chance and you knowing you finna interview a guy, you get to do your research on the guy. And I did my research on you, Mr. Takam.
Yeah.
Now, when I say Mr. Takam, I want to start there with your last name, Takam. I looked that up, and that stands for my Billy Goat. And what Takam mean is the king of the goats.
Ooh. What?
That's impressive.
So
did you know that, Carlos? Did you know that?
I don't know that.
Oh, okay.
So when I looked that up, that was real. Oh, go ahead.
Listen. You know what Takam mean in my country, in my jale, what Takam mean in my country? Like in my tradition, what Takam mean is father of a king.
Of a king?
King father.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like
that's what Takam mean. That one you just said, I like that.
I like it.
I like you, man.
I looked that up because that was very interesting, to have a last name like that and it have a meaning to be the king of the goats. And with you having a professional career when you done had a lot of success, to me that seems fitting.
Yeah, he's been in there with everybody. Well, man, all right, Carlos. Well, look, let's talk a little bit. I want to highlight. Where are you right now? Are you staying in Vegas still, right? I know
I'm in Vegas right now, yo.
How are you enjoying that? I know. I remember I heard you saying something that when you first got, like, Paris was shut down and Vegas was free. Like, what kept you in Vegas? How's it going for you there in Vegas?
The first time when I come, not the first time, when I come here in the US, I was supposed to go to New York, right? But New York for me look like a Paris, I don't.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
It's too packed, and you don't have a space, to go around like here in Vegas. So when I reached here in Vegas, I was like, the water was good, it was not free, it was not cold, it was hot. I say, oh, that's looking like Africa. I prefer to stay here than New York, I like Vegas.
Oh yeah.
So, go ahead, Jay.
No, I was gonna say it's the mecca of boxing. So you can just go work out when you want.
Yes,
it's just boxing everywhere. So
exactly.
No, but I was gonna go ahead, Corey. I was gonna ask him a follow-up question, but go ahead.
No, go ahead, Jay.
No, I was gonna go ahead and bring up the big upset, and I say upset because that was what the narrative was. A lot of people weren't giving Carlos a chance against Tony Yoka.
He was the underdog. He was the underdog going into that fight, Jay.
He was.
I know, guys.
I knew you were gonna say. Like,
I was literally upset, about that fight because I hear about the TV in France, the media in France. Everybody was like, "Oh yes, Carlos Takam, Tony Yoka gonna beat Carlos Takam ass," In my head, I was like, that little guy. I know him. I trained him. I trained that guy for the Olympic game. Mm-hmm. I trained him. Every time when I was in Paris, he come in my gym with his father. We train him. So I said, how can I leave some little guy like that? I have a respect. Beat my ass. That's not possible, man. Come on.
What?
I said, no. They was like, yeah, Carlos Takam is too old. 42 is old. He cannot be the young guy. I said, damn, man. I want to invite you in my gym to see me train. I train like a young guy, man. I train like a 30-year-old here. If you don't know me, don't say shit. Come on. That guy cannot be.
And you know what? What you saying how you train like a young guy. If anybody watched that fight, Carlos, you look like the younger guy.
Hell
You was
yeah.
big.
Yeah, I'm a
You was,
younger guy. The age is not, it's just a number. Come on.
yeah, because in that fight you was beating him to the punch. Your right overhand, your left hook to the body, the left hook to the head. It seemed like everything was working for you that night. Now, with me saying that, Carlos, with you coming off of 2 losses before that fight, I know every fight means something, but you know when you're coming off of 2 losses,
Yeah.
and you're a little older, like you are, even though we know age ain't nothing but a number, you proved that against Tony. Did you have extra going into this fight knowing that this was a real must-win fight for you?
Exactly. Yes. I have an extra, like you say, but I was really, very upset because for me, when I jump in the ring, in my head, I was like, I'm not here to box. I'm here to fight.
Sure.
You know, I'm not in the ring to box, but I'm here in the ring to fight. So with that guy, that little guy, I'm gonna fight like in the street, you know, like in the ring.
Right.
That's one in my head. I put in my head like I want to win that fight. Seriously, I want to win that fight. It's not possible that guy beat me. Not possible. I cannot lose that fight. I cannot lose it.
You sounded
For the beginning, I said that even in the press conference, I was looking at him. He cannot look like me. He cannot look in the eye. I told my coach, my French coach, I said, because my French coach know him, because we train him together, I said, brother, I'm gonna beat your ass that little guy. He said, yes. He's scared at you. I said, I know he's scared at me. He can say everything he said, everything in the press conference, everything you do. I'm gonna beat him because I can see in the eye he's scared.
He's worried. I mean, he's been there and sparring.
Yeah, he worried. He was worried. I can see in the eye. He was worried. Like, okay, how am I gonna do to beat that guy? You know. I can
But see,
that.
but Carlos, you know, that's easy to say, but this was a big victory for you because this was a gold medalist. This wasn't just like any other guy. Even though you may have trained him and you may have worked with him before, people looked at you as a guy who they thought was older, probably over the hill. And the way you came in here and you stunned everybody from where we at in the 2-1-4-2 across the pond, that was a statement you made that night.
Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you. You know, for me, everybody say, yeah, Carlos, that was a big win. That was a big fight. For me, it was like every fight, you know. I don't, because seriously, that guy is my small brother. I don't want to jump up, say, oh, yes, I just win that fight. It was a big fight, one of my big, no. It was not one of my big fight, but it was one of the fight I never be angry, you know, like, you know, like, I'm going to kill him, you know. I want to tell you something, confidence. For that fight, my trainer in Paris said, okay, Carlo, what are you going to do? You're going to put you down, knock you out? Or I said, no, I don't want to do that. I want to prove that people, like, I'm not, like, the old guy can make 10 rounds and then be, like, easy 10 rounds. I'm going to make that 10 rounds. I don't want to shoot him. Because I was capable to shoot him. But I said, no, I want to make it 10 rounds.
That's interesting.
I want to show people I want to run in the boxing business, like I'm still here. I can make 10 rounds easy.
That's really interesting because a lot of guys at your age who still have that strength, because, you know, the power is the last thing to go, would expect you to rely on a knockout. But the fact that was your plan was to go the distance to make that statement. I'll tell you what, that was a split decision. But I think that split decision was still too close. I think you deserve more than a split decision. But I have a couple questions about that fight too. Before I do, I want to shout out to Mrs. Redcatch, Anya Redcatch. She said, my biggest respect to Carlos and his beloved wife, Erica.
Oh, hey, Anya, how are you?
We're big fans of the Redcatch family, and we appreciate you, Anya. So I definitely want to just give her a shout out. But really quick, I wanted to talk about two things about that before we go on to the next topic, about the Tony Yoka fight. Hey, you've trained him and you've been in the ring with him. So what kind of respect was there? You know, there's a photo here where you're talking to him. I want to know what was going on there and what did that conversation consist of? And the second question I have, and you can answer it while at the same time, how did it feel to fight in y'all's hometown, bringing it back to Paris, France?
Okay, I start in the second question.
Yeah.
How I feel for my to fight in my hometown. You know, when I reached in Paris, everybody was asking me, Carlos, you're not stressed to come back here in Paris, fight in your hometown because you know it's been like 8 years. You don't fight here in Paris. I said, no, I'm not scared to fight here. Like I'm more excited like stress. I was really excited because many people in Paris want me to come back and fight in Paris. You know, many people they want me, and then the thing is, everybody in France will write to me like, "Yes, Carlos, please, can you beat that guy ass because we don't like him?" I said, "Why? Come on, man. He's your champion. He went to Olympic game. He bring the gold medal. Normally, you're supposed to support all that or that guy, you know." So I was not. It was very as a good pleasure to come back in Paris fight. Seriously, because I meet my people, I meet my friend, my family. I was so happy to go back in Paris fight.
That's
so
awesome.
the second question, it was like after the fight. So I go see Tony, like you see in the picture.
Yeah.
I say, little brother, you know, I hear many things about you, but I don't know if it's true or not. You know where we come from, you know. I say since the Olympic Games. You never call me back. Like he said, yes, I'm sorry, I be busy. I say, no, not be sorry. It's good. It's life. I tell him like every time I hear the Tony in Las Vegas. He trained in Las Vegas, brother. When you come to Las Vegas, call me. Call me. You and me, we are brother. We can train together. I can show you people. I can bring you sparring. Just call me. One day I hear you in the TV, you say, yes, when you are French boxer or when you're a boxer, you come in US to train, nobody respect you because everybody, they don't know you. I say, brother, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. The first time I went to US, when I start training US, the gym I go to train the gym, and that gym, after 1 month, that gym was so packed because people would come there just to train with me. So when you come to US, we don't have a name. You come to US, they don't want to looking at you if you don't have a name. When I come in here in US, I already have my name, Carlos Takam. I fight with many guys, though they know me. So the next time you come, I know, just call me and then we're gonna speak about, we're gonna speak. I can help you. I don't know. I can help you. I told you that.
So let me ask you this: what you saying that?
Yeah.
That just shows how stand up you are. You know, you were willing to help that young guy early in his career get ready for the Olympic Games. Do you feel slighted that after you helped him get ready for the Olympic Games, he make his name, especially y'all being from the same country, that it's like he lost your number and you were like dust in the wind to him?
No.
Did it add some extra fire for the fight?
No. They don't answer up fire like you said. No. You know, I was looking at him in the ring after the fight, after my win. I was a little bit like, like, oh man, oh little brother, I'm sorry, I was supposed to win that fight, but I'm sorry for you, because everybody was, when they say Tony Yoka, everybody was like, ooh. And then after I take the microphone, I say, I said, guy, you supposed to support that little guy because it's your champion. Don't do that. If you want to use somebody, it's me. It's not him. I told the people like that. I said, this guy is a great guy. And it's not because he lost 2-5 means say it's not a good boxing. He's gonna come strong. Just give him the time, give him the chance to come back. I told him that. I told him that in Paris.
So real quick, Jay. What was your advice? Because I know your first loss was against Gregory Tony. Is that correct?
Oh man, come on.
No. See, the reason why I say that is because you was an undefeated guy. What was your advice? What was your advice, and what was the advice you got of the bounce back after your loss that you're able to give to other fighters like Tony Yoka?
Oh, that was my first loss. I was so upset, man. Come on, because that fight I was supposed to win. I was so upset. I cried. I said, shit, come on. That's no. I cannot lose. But anyway, you know, like every time I say the good fighter is a guy, he fell, you can fail like 2-3 times down, but you come back like 4-5 times. I thought Tony Yoka like that. You just lost it. It's not mean you're not a good boxer. Just put in your head, tomorrow I'm gonna be champion. If you do that and you work with that, tomorrow you can be champion, brother. So don't give up. Never.
I like it, man. I want to ask you a little bit about, we talked about your big victory against Yoka, but let's talk a little bit about adversity. I saw you in an interview after the Joe Joyce fight, and you said again, like, I want to cry. It hurts your heart. How do you bounce back? How does those fights affect you? Where they're close, or I know you felt that the Joe Joyce fight was stopped prematurely. How do you bounce back? How do you stay positive? Like, you seem like every time I see you, you're smiling, you're full of love. How do you keep that positive energy? How do you keep grinding in the sport after those devastating losses, man?
No, for me, it's not devastating, like you say. For me, every loss for me is a learn. Every loss for me is a learn. I don't take like a loss. No. For me, I'm gonna tell you, I never lost one fight. I never lost the fight. I never lost. I always say I learn something. It's my loss. I learning. I'm not lost. I'm learning. Every time I say that, I have that positive attitude. I have it because every time I like yoga. I like to meditate every day. To be to have a smile, to smile for everybody. I have the meditation is it's my food. Nobody can make me upset because I can't. I don't know. I never been upset like here, like I always smile like you say, because every time I lost, I thinking about, I say, okay, what happened? What I don't know good, what I do good. After the next fight, I try to correct everything and do my best to win, because for me, it's not loss, it's a land. Yes.
And that's an excellent statement you just made. You learn, because in life we learn every day.
Yeah, we learn every day.
What's so great about you is, and tell me about the statement that you just made is having your chance at that 3 belts, the world heavyweight titles, even though you fell short, it was a learning experience. Tell me, being from where you from, the moment. Tell me that moment when you found out, you were going to fight for that title. And JJ, you was mentioning this earlier about the 8 days.
Yeah, Anthony Joshua, 8 days.
Yeah.
It was 8 days, right? 8
It
days.
was 10 days. 10 days.
Tell us a little bit about that, man, because that's a fight of your life. First question, on top of Corey's question, like, you're fighting a dominant person like Anthony Joshua. Why would you sign up for that fight with such a short notice? I know the opportunities there, but just tell us a little bit about that.
Look, not just short notice, but you was a top contender too. Like,
I was a top contender.
For sure.
Yes,
I was number 2 and number 1. Pulev, he cannot fight because they say he have an injury or something like that. And then they call me number 2. I say, okay. So I want to tell you the story about that fight. So when my promoter called me about that fight, I look at my coach, I said, oh shit, Tende, what are we gonna do? He said, Carlos, it's depending on you. I said, no, I can't. I'm sorry. So I called my promoter, I said, no, we can't. That's too short. The same night, I was in Instagram. I watched the people speak about that fight. I see some comment. Some guy say, yes, I just speak with Anthony. He say, if he fight with Carlos Takam, he gonna put it down like in 3 or 4 rounds. I like, what? Fucking shit. I call my coach. I said, coach, please, can you call the promoter? I'm gonna take that fight. Shit.
Oh,
I want to see that. I want to see that guy put me down in 4 rounds. Damn. He have 2 hands like me and 2 feet. He gonna put me, Carlos Takam. He don't know where I come from. I said, call the guy, call the promoter. I take the fight. He said, are you sure, Carlos? I said, call the promoter. I take the fight. So he called the promoter. The promoter said, yes, we take the fight. I said, okay, let's go. I make a sparring only one time for prepare the fight. That one sparring.
Wow.
Yeah, one fight. So when we go to UK after the press conference, I see Anthony Joshua pass. Like, I say, hey, brother, what's up? I say, yeah, good. And I say, yeah, good. Nice to meet you. I say, I want to ask you a question. So I heard that you say you're gonna beat me, like put me KO like in 2 or 3 rounds. She looking at me and she said, no, Carlos, I never say that. You know, I have for you, but I never say that. I said, I hear that, I see that. I said, no. She said, no, I never say that. I said, God damn, I already signed the contract. It's too late, you know.
Oh shit.
So let me ask you, Carlos.
Yeah.
Because you were at the peak of your career. You know, do you regret that? Taking that fight on the 10-day notice?
No way. I'm not regret that. No.
No, but
Right.
the reason why I say that is because you were right there. And with a real 6 to 8 week or 10-week training camp, you could have been way more prepared
I know.
in 10 days. I know fighters say, oh, I be in the gym, we live in the gym. But it's not the same as when you're getting ready for a training camp that's go at least 6 to 10 weeks. That's the only reason why I asked, do you regret it? Because like you stated, you were number 2 at the time. You were a prime time player, and you went in that fight on a 10-day notice. It's no regret in that?
Seriously, I'm not really regret that fight because I know if I have a time to prepare that fight, I can win. I can win it. I'm not really regret. The only thing the only thing I regret is not have enough time to prepare that fight.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that because I know you felt I know you felt Joe Joyce was a premature stoppage, and I know you felt Anthony Joshua was a premature stoppage. Me personally, I think that the AJ was the Anthony Joshua fight was a little premature, and you were doing your thing in there. But let's talk about what you see in Anthony Joshua because he went off. He had those 2 losses against Usyk. He just had a win with a new trainer with Derek Lewis. Derek James, my bad. New trainer. What do you see in Joshua? Do you still think, based on what you felt in the ring and then what you saw after Usyk, how do you feel about Joshua right now?
Man, that is a big question, like you asked me, because my friend called me in Paris. He said, Carlos, have you watched the fight? I said, no. Which fight? He said, Andrew Joshua fight. I said, oh shit, I forget that he's gonna fight. So I checked the fight. It was not Anthony. I know, it was not like Anthony Joshua fight before. Seriously,
different man.
Everything changed. That guy, he don't have that hangry. He don't have that love, the hangry when you go in the ring, when you want to kill somebody. He don't have that. He's a little bit like, I don't know. Every time when he takes some punch, he's scared. I'm sorry, brother, but the thing changed for you. Everything.
So you want?
Yeah, since you lost with 2 fights, I don't know. It's like you don't want to fight anymore. Seriously.
What do you think it changed? Do you think it was the Andy Ruiz fight, or do you think it was Usyk? Where do you think Anthony Joshua lost that motivation?
I think it's above. I think it's above. It's above, but more injuries that Usyk.
Yeah.
So, you want that rematch?
Woof! If you give me that rematch, brother, that I don't want to finish that fight with him. Somebody gonna go down. I seriously, yes, somebody gonna go down if I have that rematch.
So what we're gonna do right now, Carlos? We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about your new upcoming role.
Okay.
Yeah, we got big news from Carlos Takam. Fun stuff and then shady stuff, and then we'll talk about it when we come back. You don't want to miss this. Take a quick
Okay.
We all have battles. We fight. We train. We work. We persevere. And we celebrate. We are all one.
I can't do anything if I can't walk in my prosthetic. It's a lot of pain that I feel throughout my day. It can be very intense. Now I just put that balm over it and it will heal up much faster and it will let the callus recover. That's amazing. It is a total game changer. I am hooked. I'm just hooked.
Life is hard. KO makes it better. KOCBD.com.
Big thanks to our partners over at KO Therapeutics. Y'all check them out for pain relief, recovery, anxiety, help you sleep. KOCBD.com. Be sure to use that discount TSB10. Promise you guys you won't regret it. We love them. We appreciate our friends over at KO Therapeutics. But let's get back to business. Craig, you want to talk? I know you had some big news you wanted to announce. So there's the movie, but let's talk a little bit about the big news that's going on in your career, your professional career. I know it's a little bit of a sensitive subject, and we got to be careful what we say. So, Carlos, what's your current status with Star Boxing, Joe DeGuardia, and the team out there? If you just share what you can share.
Yes, I can announce in everybody. Now I'm a free agent. I'm not with Star Boxing anymore. So me and Star Boxing, we have an agreement we settle the agreement. So Star Boxing let me go. So everything's good now. So I'm a free agent. I can fight with everyone I want, everybody I want. I can sign again with maybe the promoter, but I'm gonna see if I can sign with the promoter or not. But I prefer to be free, Yeah.
And that's kind of huge, especially coming off this big victory, because even though you already knew in your mind that you were going to beat Tony Yoka, that's still a huge victory for everybody on the outside looking in. You yourself, the confidence you have within you, you knew the guy and you knew that you were going to go in there and handle your business. But everybody around the world, they had him the favorite. And with you coming off that big victory against him, now we knowing of this split, you are a hot commodity, especially the performance you put on in that ring that night. So with me saying that, I see a lot of guys on your resume, Carlos. But the one guy that I don't see on your resume, which I think will be a great fight, is Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder.
Oh my God. Okay.
Is that a fight that you would love?
Yes.
Do you see, and let me ask you this, because you said the same thing. You said things about Anthony Joshua. I feel the same way you do about Anthony Joshua, the new Anthony Joshua, as I see Deontay Wilder. I feel the same way about Deontay Wilder. Would you look at Deontay Wilder and see them losses against Fury has made him a changed man?
I don't know. Maybe the next fight, and Deontay Wilder, I can tell you I see something different. But now we don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah, now we don't know.
But that's a fight you want.
Yes, that's a fight.
How do you see that fight playing out?
Oh, Deontay Wilder. We know Deontay Wilder is a powerful guy. He can give you just only one punch and then knock you out. But it's good. It's good. The way I come from, I always say, where I come from in Africa, we eat lion, right? Swim with the crocodile and fight with the gorilla. So yes, I can handle that.
I get it. I like
it. And to be honest, JJ, stylistically, he matches up great against Deontay Wilder because the one thing I can say, when I look at them both fighters. The only edge I give Deontay Wilder at is the power. But other than that, I think Carlos Takam, in every aspect, boxing, technical wise, he's better at that. Deontay Wilder power is game changing. That's the reason why he is who he is. But I think stylistically, that's a great fight for you if you can avoid that big punch.
For me, like you said, Deontay Wilder is a powerful man. But for me, I'm sorry, but Deontay, but he don't have no technique.
Technicalities, and that's
all. Don't have no technicality, nothing.
Yeah, and I used to be my thing, but that his power has to be respected, obviously.
Yes, exactly. I respect that.
You have to respect
that guy have a power. I respect that. I'm not scared about that, and fight with somebody like him, but I want to do it.
And we'd love to see. We saw him against Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz, an excellent technical boxer. He's got that Cuban background, and he gave him. Luis Ortiz in both fights was doing well. We saw what happened with Tyson Fury. So if you can figure out a way to minimize the chances of getting it caught with that shot, it's wide open. And obviously, we've seen you go 10 rounds with the fresh legs with Tony Yoka. I want to take it back real quick, Carlos, and the reason I want to take it back is because. We had Ivan and Anya on the Spit Bucket when they were having their issues with Joe DeGuardia and Star Boxing. So again, I know that there's certain things you can't say, but I will say what they said. And can you let us know if that's a similar story what happened with you? This is big news. Carlos Takam is a free agent. So
oh my gosh.
Ivan was saying that essentially, there was some issues with the Broner fight, and Joe kind of came in and almost started demanding money, and it ruined the fight with Broner. Are you at liberty at all to talk about what type of issues you had with Joe and Star Boxing at all, without hurting your case or anything like that? Are you at liberty to talk and give details about that?
I cannot.
I respect you totally.
And we can respect that, but I want to get back into the Deontay Wilder. I know you said this about Anthony Joshua. Well, you don't see this in Anthony Joshua. You don't see that. I feel the same way about Deontay Wilder. I don't feel he's still that same guy. I just don't.
Yeah, but we cannot say that now. Before we see he fight, we need to see he fight, and then after you can say that. We never know.
Yeah, yes. I mean that's true. I mean, no, that's not.
Give that guy a little bit of chance. We're gonna see his leg fight, and then we can speak that.
It's not to discredit. It's not to discredit him. It's just the people here in the States. They love to disrespect Anthony Joshua and his losses. And they love the people here in the states where I'm from. I call them privileged Americans, right? They love to give Deontay Wilder all this credit when he made up a bunch of these excuses and said this and that. That's the only reason why go ahead.
Every time I always say everything is in your mind.
Fact.
Because all that big guy like Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder, when they lose, they change, they be crazy, like they like new guys, like new people, like me. Because the way I come from, loss or win, I still the same.
Absolutely.
Not change. I still have a hungry to go fight. I still have a hungry to go win. I don't give a fuck, man. Come on. You beat me today, I give you the chance to come beat me tomorrow. I'm gonna see. You cannot beat me 2 times. No way. No way somebody beat me 2 times. No way.
Talk your shit.
Yes. No way.
No. And I want to talk about that because Corey and I talk about this all the time. It's one thing to be a champion, but another thing that defines being a champion is how you handle those losses, right? We're talking about them. Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, a couple of years ago, those guys were the 2 biggest names in the heavyweight division. They take their loss. And it's almost like they don't accept it. And if you don't accept it, you can't grow from it. We've seen 2 different boxers now that they lost. So talk a little bit about that. And what does that do to the heavyweight division? That the 2 big names are extremely vulnerable now because they're not handling those losses right.
Yeah, you know, many people, I don't know. It's like every time when they lost, they always found some excuse. You know, like, I'm sorry, like Deontay Wilder, the first loss, what he say, I don't know, like he turned and put something
Let's
in the
try it.
water.
Yeah, put some in
The
the
second
water.
one, he say yes, starting to put something in his
Someone's in
glove.
this
That is
glove.
bullshit, man. Come on, you
Bullshit.
lost. I said that lost. Come on.
Hey,
Yes.
Carlos, and that's credit to you too. And I want to get off of them, you know, because we appreciate having you on here, but it coexists with what I'm saying. You got a big movie role coming up, right?
Yeah.
Where you play Joe Frazier in the new George Foreman movie, right?
Yeah.
And that's so excellent. And you know, talking to you right now is fitting, right? Carlos,
I'm
I
gonna
know
toast.
I know that you
Oh, go ahead.
always had it in you. We know you always been a top contender.
Mm-hmm.
But do this story resonate with you? George Foreman, Carlos Takam, age similarities, becoming heavyweight champion at a later age. Do that?
Yes. I like that.
Yeah, it's a hell of a question.
Oh, yeah. Listen, between that question, I'm going to talk about me, about a little bit about my story. I remember when I was in Africa, like I was like 12 or something like that, or I don't know, I forget it. Every time I went and speak with my friend, I say, you know what? One day I'm gonna go to America. I'm gonna fight in MGM, like Mike Tyson, like all that big guy. And then I say, yeah, one day I'm gonna play in the big movie too. Everybody was like, Carlos, shut up, come on, man. So one day I watched the fight between Mike Tyson and Francois Bora. I was so excited. I said, shit, damn, brother, one day I'm going to fight Mike Tyson or Francois Bora. All my friends take me like, they say, God, Carlos, you so crazy, man. Come on. You crazy. You cannot do that. You don't know to fight. You don't know to box. So after 12 years, I fight Francois Bora in Paris. I win the fight. I say, please, brother, can you make me some video for my friend in Africa, for my brother to Africa? Because I told them, one day I'm going to fight you. They told me I'm crazy. Just make me that video. I make that video. I sent to my friend in Africa. They was like, no way, come on, Carlos, that's not true. I said, it's true. It's the real guy, the real Francois Bora. So after that, when I make that movie, I called the same friend. I said, you remember I told you I'm going to play in the big movie in US, in Hollywood? They say, yes. I said, go check. I play Joe Frazier in George Foreman movie. So that time, when I told you I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, everybody told me, you crazy. Who got rights now? It's me. So I make my dream come true. Never gave up. Never. I make my dream come true, man.
I love it, man. That's a hell of a testimony, dude. That's
Yes.
amazing. How did that happen, dude? Like George
So
Foreman.
I'm going to tell you the story about that movie.
Yeah, how did that happen?
So they write me in Instagram. Some guy write me on Instagram. I don't know, Sony picture or something like that. I look the message. I say, oh, fuck. Come on. Who's that guy? He wrote me. I said, you really think I'm going to call you in that number to ask you about? I said, fuck you. Come on. I said, please, don't bother me. I don't have time. Many people write me. He write me back. No, seriously. I said, damn it. I'm going to block you if you write me. I was curious. I take the phone number I give for my friend. I said, can you call that people? They say, movie, production, or that shit. I don't know. Just call them. I don't know. Maybe it's a joke. He called. After 2 minutes, he called me and said, oh, God damn, Carlos. Serious, man. That's a serious. I said, what is serious? It's not true. It's true. It's true. I speak with the producer, with the director, all that thing. It's true. Carlos, I was in Africa at that time because I went to Africa at that time. I said, they want to see you. They want to make a Zoom call tomorrow. I said, are you serious? It's not a joke. He said, no, Carlos, it's not a joke. And the next day we make a Zoom call. All the staff was there. I was like, okay.
Wow.
I was like, okay. And then we speak. They want me to play. I say, okay, question. You have many boxers. You have many actors. So why me? I don't get it. Why me? And the guy said, yes, Carlos, we watch all you fight. The training for the guy he trained us for the movie. He called, his name is Darrell Foster. He trained Will Smith to play Ali. Ali. So he said, yes, he said, we watch you fight. It's very interesting, Carlos, because every time when you fight, you make like this. I don't know, what's that? I said, okay. It's like every time when I fight, I make
That's
like
what Joe Frazier used to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's a little bit like a Joe Frazier, you know? And then you move a little bit like a Joe Frazier. I said, okay, that's why. You write to me. Okay. As he said, yes. I think if you train together, you can make you be the best Joe Frazier. I said, okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Lead to that question, Jay.
Yeah, I have a question for you, Carlos.
Yeah.
Okay, so we saw about 20 years ago the Ali movie. James Lights Out Tony was Joe Frazier. Now you're in the George Foreman movie, and you get to be Joe Frazier. So my question to you is, if we were to ever see Carlos Takam against James Tony at the heavyweight division, who's walking away? How does that fight play out at heavyweight? The two Joe Frazier actors. How would that look?
Wow, I have a big respect for John Tony. You know, that's one of my favorite boxers. Man. Come
Absolutely.
on, that guy have a talent. Yes, that's a dream to fight with him. You know.
How would that look? You give us your prediction on how a Takam Tony card would look.
That was be great and big fight. I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm happy.
I agree.
I'm sorry.
I agree. So let me ask you this, Carlos. Speaking of the movie,
Yeah.
when do it come out, Jay? I know it come out
April 20.
I'm gonna be in the premiere of the movie in 26 in LA. I'm gonna be there.
So it's April 28th when the movie come out in theaters around the world.
Yeah, 28.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I know you played Joe Frazier, but did you have any talking roles in Joe Frazier? And if you did, how hard was it to do that American accent, if you had any talking parts in it?
You know, they try to make me play with the talk, like speak. I told them because I started to learn how to speak. Like, I mean, I told them, like, brother, it's really hard. I cannot do that. I want to keep my accent. So please, just move the part they speak. I don't want to do that because it's gonna take too much time. I don't have time. I really don't have time to do that. So I say no. I'm sorry. I can't.
Well, luckily for you, Joe Frazier didn't have a lot of words to say. So luckily for you, you just had to go in there and do your thing in the ring. But how was that overall experience, man? How was that? Like being in a big feature film like that?
Man, it was a good experience, to sit like this with Forrest Whitaker, with all that big movie star, it was crazy. Seriously, it was crazy.
Hey man, one thing I want to say, I want to say shout out to Miss Takam. Shout out to your wife, man. Tell me, because it's hard to find that right woman. I'm married myself. Shout out to my wife, Taylor. Shout out to JJ wife. He married to Amanda. We all three married up here. It takes that great woman to be beside you, to push you through everything. Tell me how instrumental Miss Takam is for you, Carlos.
Wow. Oh my God.
Is she watching? You got to be honest.
Yeah, she watching me. Yeah?
You got to be honest, okay?
Let's hear it.
She said, "I want to hear it."
Say again, please. Say again.
I said, me, us all three up here, we're all married, right? And we all have wives, right? And we got our career. You got your career. We're being a professional boxer, which that takes a lot, blood, sweat, and tears. Tell me how instrumental and how great of a woman is of Miss Takam for enduring all that. Tell me how instrumental she is in your life.
Oh my God. Are you okay, baby? You know, her name is Erica. Erica. Is a great woman. She always support me. All the thing I do, if I do things, I do shit thing. She always support all my thing, you know. Like she always be in my back, support me for everything. Every time I fight, I tell him, baby, you know, I'm gonna be in like 2 months in the training camp. I cannot see you. So you're gonna stay alone in the house. So, you know. For the beginning, she was complaining, like, no, come on, what's that? I said, that's how we do. That's how we do. I want to be focused in my boxing. But he doesn't understand that. But now she understands and she support me every time I fight. I go in my training camp. So I stay there, I call her. So he always say, yes, baby, do your best in training to win that fight. So like my last fight, he was like a big support every time because I told him, baby, my training camp going to be here in Vegas, so I'm going to stay home. I want you to do something to me. So I need to, I'm going to have how do you say? Everything I need to eat. I'm going to have a
meal plan.
Meal plan.
I'm going to have a new plan. What?
Meal plan.
Yeah, I'm going to have a meal plan. So I need you to do exactly what I do, what I say. He said, yes, I'm going to be your back, tell you everything you want, do exactly what you say. So she drove me, and then I lost like how many pounds I lost? Something like 6 or 10 pounds, right?
That's awesome.
Yes.
Awesome, man.
Because of her.
Try to do your training.
Yes, he tried to be he was like my nutritionist, you know.
That's awesome, man.
Yes. And you know what's so awesome about that? We got friends. JJ, one of my best friends in the world. Got a lot of friends around, you know, but it's nothing like their wife because they the one who could really get your attention and tell you everything you don't want to hear and everything you need to hear.
You know, it's crazy because the one I come from is a different culture. You know, it's not like because she's an American and I'm an Africa. It's not easy to, you know, to understand her. She like every time I go and tell him, you know, that's not how we do in Africa or that's not how we do in France. He said, yeah, now you're here in the US, you're not gonna do like in Africa. I said, no.
Yeah.
No, you cannot change me. Come on. You cannot change me. I cannot do like America. Maybe I'm still here. I'm an Africa guy, you know. Every time we have a little argue with that, you know. And now she give me some little daughter. She give me some, you know, cute.
That's beautiful, man.
Yes,
You know,
I thank you, baby.
That's awesome. And we thank her too and talking to her too as well. So we appreciate you. We appreciate your wife.
Yeah.
Carlos, man, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. But listen, we appreciate having you on, dog.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome.
We wish you the best. We hope to see you again.
But
you have anything you want to say to your
No,
fans?
real quick, Joe.
Go ahead, Craig.
Because I know you got to go, Carlos, but we got some big fights coming up. And one thing I love, because when I talk to a professional boxer, you know, I throw up the white flag because there's no way that me just commentating a sport that I know more than you. You got Gervonta Davis in your hometown versus Ryan Garcia coming up. Who you got in that fight?
Gervonta Davis and
Ryan Garcia.
Oh man, I see Gervonta Davis win that fight. You know, Ryan Garcia. Yes, I know him, but it's not really. And then sometimes he do too much. You know, I hear people say that guy is a social media boxing. You know. I hear people say that, you know, that guy is social media boxing, but he's a good boxing, but seriously,
all right, two quick more. We got Devin Haney versus Lomachenko coming up. Who you got in that fight?
That's what I want to see.
What? Oh my God. What? Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
May 20th in Las Vegas. Oh, in New York or Las Vegas, eh?
I think it's a Madison Square Garden.
Okay, Madison Square Garden.
Wow. It's gonna be that young crazy boy, like, yes, I want to win everything, and that guy is like,
White,
you know,
yeah.
yes.
Older,
That's
smarter.
that's a really interesting fight. Whoa.
Is it too
But-
close to call?
But uh, I think the Ukrainian guy gonna win. Yeah.
Okay. Now, one big one. I know we're on a short time. This is the big one. It's the rumors going up. You got Earl the Truth Smith Jr. against Terrence Bud Crawford. It's reports out there that's happening June 17th in Las Vegas. Who you got in that fight if it happened?
Crawford.
Why?
Why you say why? Why you don't say why?
I'm from Dallas. I'm from Dallas.
That's why, man. We from Dallas. He wants
I'm
to
from
hear.
Dallas, Texas.
Carlos.
Earl Spence is from Dallas, and we want to know, why are you picking him? Is it a close fight, or do you think Crawford knocks him out?
Crawford can knock him out. Crawford is a powerful guy. He's a technique guy. You know that guy. He fight like a, I don't know how to say. Oh shit! I
Like a street fighter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Angry. He's like angry.
No. Yeah, he's angry.
Yeah, he fights
Every
angry.
fight, I think every fight he fight like he's angry. Crawford.
Yeah.
And last question, Carlos. We know you just fought on, I think it was March the 11th. Do you have a timeline when your next fight maybe will be? Or when you want to fight?
Well, hold on. On top of that question, well, real quick, just to add to that question, since you're a free agent now, have you had conversations with any promoters? And then to follow up on Corey's question, like, is that leading to any discussions with any contenders, any big names out there, or what does the future look like for you, Carlos?
I don't have a discussion with any promoter, but I know that they write me. You know, many people write me, so I doesn't write back now. So I told them, like, give me time to rest, to take care of my little daughter, take care of my family after I'm gonna come back.
You know what fight I want to see you in?
And then the same time, I'm gonna start to organize my show in Africa.
Okay.
Because I want to start to promote the boxing in Africa.
That's nice. It's nice.
So this next 4 months, I'm going to start in Rwanda. After Rwanda, I'm going to go to Congo. After Congo, I'm going to be to Guinea. After Guinea, I'm going to be to Cameroon. After Cameroon, I'm going to be to Senegal. So to start to promote the boxing in Africa, give the chance for that little boy in Africa to dream like me, to have a dream like me.
And I'm not going to lie, the one fight I want to see you fight, it's not the young guy who fighting this Saturday, but it's Big Baby Miller. That's one fight I would love to see you in.
You know what? That's crazy because Big Baby Miller, I see him in UK like 4 years ago. I start to follow him like 4 years ago. And then it's been a 2 day, I see that guy start to follow me. I don't know why. Maybe we're going to fight together. Maybe, I would like to fight him too. Yes. That's a great fight.
That's a great fight. That's a great fight. That's a good matchup.
Listen, I'm going to write to him. I'm going to say, yeah, brother, what's up? Let's do business together.
Hey, we'll clip this video out, and then we'll tag him on it, and then we'll tag you on it, and then just check it out. Let's say, let's do it, all right? Let's do it.
Exactly. Yes. Do it.
All right, you hear that, Corey? We're gonna tag them both on here. Big Baby and Carlos Takam, the king of the goats. The king of the goats, Takam.
Go on, close it out, Jay. Go on, close it out.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out, but correct, I gotta close it out.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to go. I just want to see who you blame real quick on the Fury Usyk thing.
Oh, Fury is a special guy. If you know Fury, you're gonna know that guy is a special guy and a crazy guy. Special and crazy. You never know what Fury gonna do. You never know exactly what he wanted. Sometimes he say that he do a different thing. So
yeah.
No, I don't know why they put off that fight because everybody was talking about the fight and now they're not gonna do why. I don't know. But that fight, that fight will be such a good fight, but it's not easy. I don't think it's not easy to the Ukrainian guy to beat Fury, because Fury is not easy to fight. It's to box.
So I know we got to go, but damn, Carlos, you were a great interview. And this is one question that I forgot to ask you. You started boxing late. Who was your inspiration? What fighter did you look at? It's easy to say a Mike Tyson or something, but is there a particular fighter that you looked at?
Yes. Every time they ask me about that question, people think I'm going to say Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali, or I don't know. But they're surprised. My fighter, the guy I always watch, I want to be like him. So my inspiration is Sugar Ray Leonard.
It's interesting, man.
Yeah,
it's interesting. Yeah, he's one of
He's not the heavyweight.
Yeah, he's not. He's a little. He's a little guy, man. Well, cool, dog. Well, listen. I know we need to wrap this up, dude. We appreciate you so much. One more time, everybody go check out the movie coming out April 28th, Big George Foreman. We get to see our boy Carlos Takam. Hey, Carlos, if there's anything we could do to help with your African shows, do not hesitate to holler at us, bro. Like, we love
Yes, man. Thank you, man. Listen, when I'm gonna put everything down, I'm gonna write you to if you can make my promotion, like little promotion for that show in Africa, because the thing I want is just want to help that little guy in Africa to have a dream like me, and then with my association, with my foundation in Africa, we work a lot with. Because I built, it's 4 years ago, I built a school to Africa with the little kid, So I continue to work in Africa to make something in the education and then sport. That's one I really want to make a promotion, to make a promotion of boxing in Africa. Everywhere in Africa, not only in Cameroon, everywhere in Africa.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yes, my project in Africa is boxing and education.
Well, that's awesome, man. And we love that you're giving back to your roots, dude. That's what it's all about. So once again, Craig, any closing thoughts?
Hey, man, I just appreciate you, Carlos. Appreciate your wife. Congratulations on your baby girl, man. And we look forward to talking to you soon.
Thank you. I hope so. See you next time, bro.
See you guys next time, man. Y'all take it easy. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Y'all later.
This is JJ Solomon.
This is Ray Bradshaw, Mr. RTB. Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. And this is the Spit Bucket Podcast.